I love the hat. I love the whole outfit.
I was telling Chrissy beforehand that she should. I could tell her where to get the best hats in Austin, and she was like, "I don't know if I can rock a hat," and I disagree.
I don't know if I can pull it off. I mean, a hat is a whole lifestyle choice.
Hair.
Look at this.
Look at you.
Look at me. I've immediately become a woman who works in a band. Like, I work for the band. Like, I don't have any musical talent, but I get there early. I make sure everything's set up. Like, I yell at people. If I don't like the chairs, I absolutely work for a band, where I've slept with a couple members of the band, but like that was years ago, and now I'm like this just in charge.
You sell the merch?
Yes, I sell the merch. I'm like a business. I have business sense. Yes, I like this. I like who I am in this hat.
Actually, this is one of my favorite ones lately. Also, I've noticed if you wear a big hat in the airport, if you're traveling, nobody tells me to put a mask on. I think because they're distracted by the size of the hat.
They're like, look, you've already committed to one accessory. We're not gonna overwhelm you.
Yeah, this might be part of it. Plus, I'll wear the bandana around my neck, and then psychologically, I think
they think you're gonna pull it out.
Yeah, they think, oh, it just fell down for a second. So they don't bother me, except when I'm boarding. Like if I'm boarding, I'll put it on, or when I'm getting off the plane.
What airport are they not giving you crap for?
Austin. I don't wear it in the airport at all. You can test this on your way out.
I will.
I even go in. I've been into 2 or 3 different shops there to get water and peanuts, whatever for the flight. Not even in the shop, they don't say anything, but I wear it around my neck.
Okay.
And then the only time I put it on, and I've been in most recently a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. I went through 3 airports: Austin, Dallas, and Minneapolis, and I didn't wear it in any airport, not on the trams. Nothing.
That's very exciting.
So
okay.
I don't know all the reasons. I'll just say if you want to try that, get a bandana and maybe a distracting hat.
I do. I need to do the Keri Smith plan of mask evasion. Yeah, I was just in Dallas for 3 days, doing some shows at the Blaze and meeting up with a couple friends. And I went with my friend's wife. We went to Target, and we got to walk in. And of course, the signs say you have to wear a mask. She's like, "No, it's fine. We just don't." So we just walked in without one, and nobody said anything. That's the whole time. It was really amazing. I was like, "Wow, I feel like I'm a person again."
Because where are you coming from?
New York. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've talked to some friends in New York. I think the culture there is a lot more like California in terms of strictness.
Insufferability. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I pretty much Austin's pretty bad, actually. I live about half an hour north of Austin, and where I'm at, I've been able to go I've been free breathing all year.
Wow. You've just been sucking up all the oxygen. Like nothing's wrong.
There's a few places that I know of, and in Georgetown, that's where I live. There's a few places I know of where they will enforce a mask mandate. And so I just stopped going to those places. But all the major like the chains that stayed open during the lockdowns, HEB, which is the grocery store chain here, and Target, like your friend mentioned, they don't enforce it. And the way you find this out is just by testing it. Like I would go into different places without a mask and see if they enforce it or not. And you decide before you go in, okay, if they tell me I have to wear it, am I going to comply or not?
Am I going to make a scene? Am I going to be like, my freedoms? Am I going to knock something over? Am I going to start a fight with a Karen? Yeah.
I don't make a scene. I'll decide ahead of time if I'm going to say, okay, then I won't shop here. Or if I'll say, okay, and put it on. If whatever's in that shop, do I want it bad enough to comply if they ask me to comply?
Yeah. I wonder if this is how most people feel. Like me being in Target maskless, I went in for contact solution. I left $100 poor. I got way more stuff.
Because you're excited.
I was shopping around. I was having a blast. And it's like, I wonder if stores know that, that's kind of the effect. Like if you just let people live, they're going to buy more stuff.
Yeah, because it's fun again.
Yeah.
And it's not, there's something really dehumanizing about having to put it on. And psychologically, I know for at least for the people who aren't into it, the people who don't want to wear it.
Yeah.
For those people, I think psychologically
it's like a muzzle.
It's a muzzle, and it makes you feel like you're taking the knee in a way, and it makes you feel like just you have less dignity. And so taking it off, I think I'm in a couple different groups on Facebook that are called unmask groups, and they're like Unmask Austin, Unmask Texas, and there's a lot of different local groups springing up, and I get to watch people in there who who have been compliant all year, slowly starting to test the boundaries. And they'll go in the group for support, like, I'm about to go into Target, I'm really afraid, we'll see what happens. And then they'll post and be like, oh my gosh, nobody said anything, it was great.
That's the best feeling. Yeah.
And you can see that weight, that euphoria, that weight lifted off of them, of like, yeah, I don't believe in this and I'm not going to do it anymore. And
yeah, it's interesting to see the people who have spent a year and a half on good behavior now, like, well, all that quote good behavior has gotten me nothing. No one's going to hand you back your freedoms. You have to start somewhere.
You have to start just testing. Like, that's why I say just push back a little bit. And then, like, I don't usually, like I said, I don't cause a scene, but I also don't have a lot of those fears anymore, because I started pushing back a while ago. So now I kind of view it as an imperative every once in a while to have fun with shop owners. So there's one very pretentious coffee shop in Austin.
Which one?
It's on the outskirts of Austin. No, I can't say which one, because then somebody will send this video to him and I can't keep doing this. So,
you're like, I love coffee too much, I can't get banned from another coffee store.
So just because they're the worst, like, they are such mask holes. They're not just you have to comply. Like, if my fiance was,
if it falls,
yes, he took it down for a second to taste his coffee after he added creamer, a second, and he was putting it right back up, and the guy's like, excuse me, and yelled at him. And he's like, dude, I've been compliant this whole, I'm just like, and so they're so terrible that I like to stop in there. I've done this 3 times now. And
I'm sure people who are listening that are from the area probably know exactly what store. I'm going to look it up when we're done, but
I'll tell you after we're off air. But I like to stop in there, and every time I do, because it's on a route that I usually take on Saturdays, and usually I'm working Saturdays, a particular route I take. So and it's really good coffee. So I'll stop and I'll angle my vehicle out of the parking lot, and then I'll go in with my mask on, and I'll wear a different hat each time and a different mask, hoping he won't recognize me. And then I order my coffee. And then as soon as I pay for it, we cash, so he doesn't have my name.
Like, thank you.
Yeah, I tip him.
Like, your dick looks really big today. Like if you do it with compliments, maybe see if they're less inclined to.
Yeah, actually, well, I tip him, and then as soon as he hands me the coffee, I take the mask off entirely. And if it's one of those ones that they give you at the airport, I just leave it on the counter. And he's like, the first time I did it, I had a bandana on, I took it off, and he's like, ma'am,
light it on fire, drop it on the counter in the tipped cup. Yeah.
And he's like, you're not our mask policy. And I was like, your mask policy is stupid. And I tipped you, by the way, but your mask policy is stupid. And then I left. And then the second time I came in,
watch him,
he was like, it's you.
It's you. This sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
So now we've gotten 3 times in where he's like, the last 2 times he's yelled at me, you're banned. And I'm like, yeah, well, you can't recognize me with my mask.
Wow.
If I'm wearing the mask.
You're banned.
I'm banned, but I've been in there, gotten 3 delicious cups of coffee. And now I just, like, that's not really about causing
buy wigs.
a scene. I am going to get a wig.
Like prosthetic nose.
Because at this point, it's like it just makes me laugh. And it's like kind of like trolling in real life. And it's
so
just
funny.
absurd.
Yeah.
And I'm tipping him and I'm polite and everything. And then now I feel like somebody, when I talked about this in our podcast, somebody in the chat was like, maybe you'll win him over with humor.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you're cute. And like, just, it'd be so funny if you show up with a wig and you're like, hi, gotcha. See you next week,
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's me. And I got your delicious coffee.
I think that's the way into some, to reach some people, is like through humor and charm,
Also, because sometimes it's just, the rules are absurd. Like, one of the women in the Unmasked Texas group I'm in, she said, she went shopping at a mall. I forget which one, maybe a JCPenney's or something. And she said that she shopped the whole time with no mask, which was great. Nobody bothered her. But when she went to check out, they said, we require a mask for the transaction. And she said, well, I don't have one on me. And you're wearing a mask. Plus there's plexiglass here.
Plus I've already coughed all over these clothes.
Right.
They're mine now.
They're mine. But she's like, can I stand behind the plexiglass? And the woman's like, no. And she walked all the way across the store to get her, and came back to get her a mask. And she put it on, swiped her card, and literally took it off. And then she said, isn't this silly?
Yes. So, good for her for saying that.
Make a point. Like, if you have to, to whatever degree I think you feel comfortable pushing back, like, start to do so.